Welcome to the PTTS. My name is Nang Hong Lam. The date is March 21st, 2022, Monday. Okay, for the last weeks of time, I'm trying to continue with the February 22nd, 2022 full schedule, but it's just I felt the weights in my life, so I couldn't really put too much focus on it, and I've been drinking for the last week of time just to keep up with the schedule and everything. Been just drinking straight black coffee without any sugar or cream. And it's still, I just feel these weights is somehow, I don't know why does this happen. It's like it's everything been revealed in the speech, the February 22 2022 speech on February 22 2022. When I made that video, I openly reveal everything that was going on in my life, and the arguments is everything is crystal clear. Everything has been said, and so it's just like I just couldn't really grasp what is going on. Why is these weights still continue on? I reveal everything. It's like, so anyway, it's like, it's I think it's really, it's just the whole, there's one time, one of the video I made was, I remember, was pointing out on the Hunger Game. I remember it was pointing out like how it's like, even though it's based on a fictional story, the Hunger Games, this film, like the Hunger Games film, is based on a fictional story, but it's just like, there are people, I'm pretty sure there are people could relate to that film, like the experience in life and everything, like they could relate to the film, like certain situations, like the situations they got into, they could relate to the film. That's why it's there's a lot a audience base who recognize the Hunger Games film, because there are people who could relate to the film. And so that's what I was pointing out in one of the video I made. It was just saying because of those people who are able to relate to the Hunger Games film, would argue, so that's the argument, is it just that that's not the kind of situations that's supposed to in a way, if you're the person, if you're able to, in a similar situation like the in the Hunger Game, you're in that similar situations, then the argument is it shouldn't be like that. In a way, that's not how it's supposed to be. That's not how our nations, that's not our economy, our nations, that's not the way of life. So if you get caught in those kind of situations, that is not the US, the United States of America lifestyle. You don't, in a way, if you get caught in those sort of situations, that would be the argument. So basically that's what I was pointing out in that video, was just saying I think it's really in a way, the whole, I remember it was really before I, in a way, I remember I was pointing out earlier, I have revealed everything in my situations. Basically, I think that's the whole concept, is you being you are I already took steps and going through all these arguments and everything, and in a way, you I'm taking all these steps to trying to come to not like in a way the whole concept of like don't want to run into the walls. Like it's not like so like in it's like that obvious concept. Like if you so like in a way like it's just that whole mutual like so like in a way okay maybe I might have like a real like so like in a way like maybe in status wise maybe my status might not be as like that well success as like the billionaire or like the lists of the richest company in the world, like in the Fortune magazine or the Wall Street. Maybe my status is not like that, but it doesn't mean like I would want to run into a wall. So like that's the whole mutual. Like it's okay. I'm not saying like I'm the richest person in the world or I have the richest company in the world, but it doesn't mean like I want to run into the wall. It's like that's like the whole mutual. It's like so it's like it's really like I'm taking all these steps as mean like so like it's really so that's whole mutual that's what it's equivalent to. Like I don't want to run into a wall. That's the mutual, alright? It's just that's why I took all those steps is so it's just really pissing like so like in a way I'm just trying like I've been drinking straight coffee for weeks of time, just straight black coffee, so just so I don't shout out, like just get really pissed off about it. I took all those steps. It means it's the mutual that I don't want to run into the walls. Like I like I was pointing out. It's just that's why I took all those steps. Is so I just been just drinking this straight black coffee for weeks of time. Just like just don't want to shout. It's just really it's that whole mutual. It's like I am not the richest person in the world. I don't own the richest company in the world. Just like in that February 22nd, 2022 speech. It's from my article that I wrote on the February 22nd, 2022. The article is titled February 22nd, 2022, and I made it into a speech. So like just reading the article out loud. So and I made a video recording of it. So that's basically that's what I was trying to point out. It's just like. I remember, well, basically there's more detail to it, like the whole full schedule, which will take a long time to finish. It's gonna take a while to finish the whole full schedule, and like I was trying to take steps toward as much as possible. Well, I got the first part down, like I finished one out of the six. There's six part, so I finished the first part. And I have revealed like a lot of things in my life, like the more needed to look into situations and arguments and so it's just like that's the mutual, like don't want to run into a wall. That's why I'm taking these steps is. So anyway, it's really, I feel like I felt like everything. It felt like it just sort of like in a way like I remember like I remember first time like my first year as the president of the Mesa Multimedia Club. I've been 4 years as the president of the Mesa Multimedia Club. So during my first year, I remember was like it was still like I remember because of like wasn't like I felt like it just because of the discouragements in my life. Like I remember during my first year was just feeling that probably like maybe I shouldn't I should to put more thoughts into it. I remember like the first year I remember I was thinking like but I already have went through a lot of process to like debating about whether I should take on these positions as the president of the Mesa Multimedia Club or shouldn't. So I already went through all these debates already. So remember during my first year there were these discouragements like maybe I should like I remember just feeling these discouraged. So I remember was there were like I remember came upon like these sort of motivations quotes. It's like remember there was about like a few like about a whole sheet like a typed page of like sort of like to get over the discouragement. Remember like it was part of like the thing like to get over the discouragements like so remember really like it just really it's kind of like in a way like I remember back then was just really thinking why so like the whole page it's basically it's just saying like the whole thing get over your discouragement but it's say in like a whole typed page. It's just like all the possible way you could think of to just trying to get over your discouragement. It means the same, but it's just repeating over throughout the whole pages. It's just like maybe hundreds of ways is to just get over your discouragements. Basically that, and it's being so it's like I felt like it's just maybe it's just like the whole repetitions maybe could able to get over that discouragement. I think I remember that was something that I was being remember like it was really sort of like in a way like it was just I don't know like it's just really better than shouting out like a crazy person in this like out in nowhere and just shout out loud and it's like getting all pissed off about it. Maybe read through that whole pages on getting over your discouragement better than shouting out loud. That would be my argument. So that was my first year, remember, which is basically, I mean, now looking back at it, that would be the argument. It's better than shouting out loud and getting all pissed off about it and reading through like the whole sheet of like over 100 ways to get over your discouragements. Basically, it's just like the same. It just means the same thing, just